Well, welcome to Black Friday. Maybe you're watching this. Oh, I hope you're not online COVID. Please be safe. Maybe you're watching this for some cyber shopping or something. If you're using Amazon, we do have an Amazon Smile. If you're not using Amazon, thanks for supporting local businesses. All right. We are in Hebrews chapter 13. I already made my arbitrary coffee joke with the Hebrews, so um, surely you've already heard it. But if not, how does Moses make his coffee? He brews it. That never gets old. Okay. Sorry for everyone who's heard that twice now. Can never get those seconds back. Anyway, I'm in chapter 13, the end of Hebrews. You notice these Thanksgivings, it's kind of, these chapters and books end on Thanksgiving because it's like, hey, what should we do now that we've learned all this great theology and systematic biblical teaching? Oh, right, be generous and give thanks. It's like we're onto something here, right? This pattern. And that continues here. I mean, verses. We'll start with verse 15 and 16. We'll expand out. So 15 and 16. Through him, then, him being Jesus, let us continually offer sacrifice of praise to God. That is the fruit of our lips that confess his name. Interesting. The fruit of our lips that confess his name is a sacrifice to God. There's a lot to chew on. Hold on. Do not neglect to do good and to share what you have, for such sacrifices are pleasing to God. Are you catching a theme yet? Right? Sacrifice. Sometimes to be generous, we have to give of ourselves. We have to sacrifice for the sake of the others. Like, who did that? Oh, Jesus. Jesus did that. Oh, wait, God does that constantly, right? It's also, Hebrews is a book that's really intentional of connecting to theology from the Old Testament. Makes sense. Letter of the Hebrews, right? This is a huge point. We're connecting this atonement sacrifice theology that happened in the temple to how we live as Christians, how Christ has changed the dynamic. We are still sacrificing for the sake of others, but it's no longer a sacrifice of like a goat or crops on the altar for our sake. Rather, Christ has already taken care of us, so therefore we sacrifice for the sake of others. Like we talked about the other day. We're generous to others, so they in turn can give thanks. And the pattern and the chain continues. God knows what God's doing. If we back up this whole section, it's referencing all kinds of Old Testament images, theology, etc., etc. But I love verse 8. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. You see, I wanted to make clear. I want to start 15, 16 and back up. Yes, the people of God have followed this pattern. But more importantly, God has always been the purveyor of this pattern. Jesus Christ is the same. Yesterday, today, and forever. I love that, no matter when. Even before we knew of Jesus Christ revealed. It's funny. It goes on to talk about other laws and such that are kosher and other things that are necessary for Christian living because we have the formula already. So let's give thanks. God has already been generous with us, so let's give thanks. And let's play our part. This pattern of God, the book of Hebrews is arguing, is not confined to post Jesus of Nazareth onward. It's been all along. Jesus Christ present in the creation story, the beginning of all things. All the Trinity, of course, right? And God's very generous in creation. Abundantly giving us so much from the very beginning, and this continues. This is the theological, historical claims that the author's making. This pattern of generosity, giving, and thanksgiving, gratitude, it all has been in the background of existence and God from the very beginning, and it always will be. So, on the day where consumerist culture might be on the front page, and we're getting these fears of what will happen to the church, what will happen to the church. Jesus Christ is the same. This pattern of God has worked throughout all of history, it'll keep working. Maybe not the way we envision, but it will. The reign of God will prevail. So, friends, give thanks for that. Give thanks to a God who is generous with us, who teaches us the joy of being generous as well. Let us give thanks to God, for each other, and just for all of the many blessings that we have. And a day that can be focused on so much want. I promised Stephanie I wouldn't get on the soapbox with Black Friday. And a day we focus on a lot of want. Let's give thanks for what we already have. God bless you. I give thanks for you, and I'll see you on Sunday.